Hi, I'm Thomas Michaud, and in this video, the 10 most important beginning guitar chords, and this is part 1. I'm going to show you the first 5 guitar chords. I chose these chords because they're most commonly and the most used guitar chords for acoustic and nylon string guitar. Now, the chords I'll show you will apply to both a steel string and a nylon string guitar. I'm using my favorite guitar, my Lester DeVoe handmade nylon string guitar. It's no toy. It's a really high quality guitar, my favorite. But I have all kinds of guitars. I just prefer to use this one because it sounds great. Let's start with the first chord. It's the D. This is a D major, 3 fingers. I'm going to have the first finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. By the way, the 1st string is the highest string, the thinnest, and the low, thickest string is the 6th. We're actually counting this way. We call it the highest because it's the highest pitch-wise, not the highest physically. D. 2nd finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret. 1st finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. And I'm putting my 3rd finger in between the two on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. I'm really aiming for the top 4 strings. It's okay if you play the 5th string too. Don't worry about it. I'll just give you an idea what to aim for now. Take your fingers off, go in and place them. Notice I'm angling my fingers up and down. That's important. You can get a nice clear sound much more easily that way than your fingers are stretched like that. Also, get your fingers close to the frets. These metal little bars on the neck are frets. If they're too far away, it's hard to get a good sound. They tend to buzz. And if you're on top of the fret, they just kind of dead out. So close as you can without getting on top of them. Let's go to A7. We're just going to take the 3rd finger off and move the first 2 fingers over to the 4th and 2nd string. Still on the 2nd fret. Still aiming for the first 5 strings. It's okay if you hit that 6th string. Move over back to the D. Just move those 2 fingers over and put the 3rd one in the middle. Let's go on to the G chord. I'm going to use a 3-finger G. There are many forms of G. Let's just start here. It's not the easiest. My 3rd finger's on the 3rd fret, 1st string. I've stretched my 2nd finger over to the 6th string, 3rd fret. Ooh, that was a mouthful. And the 1st finger on the 2nd fret, 5th string. All the strings ring, all 6 strings. If this is difficult, try backing off to just these 2 fingers. Leave the 1st finger off. Still sounds about the same. I'm actually not playing that 5th string. It's touching slightly with my 2nd finger so it doesn't ring. And then the simplest form to get started with is just the 3rd finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. You can start there, but I do want you to eventually get over and play that 6th string. It's important. There's stuff later on you'll want to be able to play a 6th string. So go to the D chord. Now the G. Whatever form you're comfortable with right now. Back to D. And G. Moving along, we're going to do the E minor. This is actually the easiest one. 2 fingers on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and right next to it on the 4th string, 2nd fret. 1st and 2nd fingers. I'm actually going to play all 6 strings. That lowest note is the E. It's actually the bass note of the chord, or what we call the root note. We'll get more into that later. E minor. Take your fingers off and try it again. Both on the 2nd fret, the 5th and 4th strings, right next to each other. Now, you should know it's common to use your 2nd and 3rd fingers for that chord also. You might even see me do that. I use them interchangeably. It's a big word. Start with your 1st and 2nd finger. Now for the C chord. 3rd finger, 5th string, 3rd fret. 2nd finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. And the 1st finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret. I'm aiming string for the first 5 strings. Don't worry if you hit the 6th string. Sounds okay. Now take your fingers off. This is a really important chord. First finger, 1st fret. I'm going the other way. Skip a string and go to the 4th string, 2nd fret, and the 5th string, 3rd fret. Okay, let's do a nice simple exercise using all 5 of those chords. We're going to start with the D chord. Go ahead and play it. Strum 4 times each. Go to the G. A7. And D. G. A7. And D. E minor. Use the 2nd and 3rd there. C. I'm going to use my 1st and 2nd, see what it feels like. It's about the same. Back to C. Go to A7. D. And G. Okay, I want you to do the same thing again. This time you follow along. I'll call it the chords. I'm going to finger pick. You feel free to strum the chord with your fingers. If you want to try finger picking, it's okay. But that's not part of this lesson. I just want to give you something interesting to play along with. Start with G. D. A7. And G. D. D. A7. G. A7. And you could be going D. A7. See? And I'm playing G. Strum, strum, strum. A7. D. A7. G. A7. We're going to E minor now. And C. You're strumming. C. A7. To D. To G. Okay, one more exercise. Let's do it with a simple strum. Down, 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 up, down, up. You can use your fingers, your thumb, or if you want to get brave, try a pick. On the steel string, I'd recommend a pick. Okay, ready, D. I'm sorry, G. A7. D. A7. Down, D, down, up, A7, down, down, and D, down, down, A7. One more time, G, A7, and D, A7. Going to E minor now. C, and E minor, and C, A7, D, G. By the way, I'm doing another form of the G, which is more advanced, but very useful. I'm using the pinky. I moved everything around. So that's it for part 1. Make sure and look for part 2, where I'll go through the next 5 most important chords and give you some more exercises to change from chord to chord. That's the real key, by the way, is getting from chord to chord smoothly and in time. Now, I created a course also to help students who are learning guitar to avoid some of the common mistakes that I made when I first was learning, and I see many students make in my music school. It's called the 7 Deadly Guitar Learning Mistakes. I'd really like to get that to you, no charge. If you could just put your email and your first name in the box in the sign-up sheet on this blog, I can get you a lesson a day for the next 7 days, the 7 Deadly Guitar Learning Mistakes. Look forward to seeing you in my 7 Deadly course or in part 2 of this video series. Take care.